right, the Coupe is finally in its new home for the next 2 months, I hope. A lot of sanding, painting to do, which will all be done in this booth, essentially. Fortunately, I don't have as much room up here as I thought I would, but we'll make do. This is a future project, and that's Marvin the Marlin. Anyways, we're gonna set up a time-lapse video. I'm gonna get some of this draped out, and then we'll probably start here on the hood. All right, we'll just preface this by saying that I am not a painter, but I got 180 grit, flex, sanding blocks, various sizes. And you know, this has already been filled. I filled this previously, but you can see with the different coloration that these are all still low spots, the real shiny spots. So I'm just gonna keep sanding. There's lots of gel coat here, and we're just gonna keep sanding here until we get this flat, so that we don't have to add any filler. All this through here, really. This too is gonna have the same treatment. I had painted this before. These were the mold parting lines. Again, you can see it here. There's some low spots here. You know, a bunch of little spots here. Here. So we're just gonna keep sanding this. Like I said, there's a ton of gel coat here, and we're gonna get it until it looks, well, pretty much like this, consistently. Again, the sanding blocks on the flat areas, kind of fine tune these areas either by hand or with the Flex Air Sander. But to my knowledge in my YouTube university, really just all your flat and kind of long areas, so through here, 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 that's where you want to make sure it's the flattest, because that's where you're going to see the little ripples and holes. You know, things along the edge, stuff like that, that you can just try to do the best you can. But we're going to try to knock this hood out today. And then I still need to get my gaps set. It's pretty good, but my heights are way off. So we might have to add a couple more bumpers here, adjust these latches. This one here is looking really nice, so that should sand out good and be even. This one here, you can see that's raised right here, even when I latch it. So I might have to pull this latch out a little bit. I don't know, I can't go too far because then it'll throw this off as well. So that's gonna be fun. So I just wanted to show more of this front clip here. You can see here where I'd filled this in and did a piss poor job of spraying gel coat over it because I didn't know anything about gel coat at that time. I was trying to use PVA to cover it and get it to dry, but I should have mixed wax into it and I should have sprayed it instead of brushing it, but whatever. So you can see here where there's a lot of ripples and stuff. This here is sanded, this is not. So we got to bring this way, way down until it looks something like this. Okay, so I didn't film a lot of this, but it's starting to get there. So it looks that way right now because I just took a rag to it and kind of got all the fiberglass dust off of it. So we'll go at this a few more times to make sure it's nice and straight. And you know, I see guys putting fillers on these bodies in places kind of other than these parting lines. And I don't know, I just don't understand it. These bodies are super thick. I mean, you know, this is kind of a poor indication here, but this is, you know, 3/16, maybe less. But in these areas, it's super thick. So even if you were to take off a 32nd or a 16th to, you know, level out some of these areas and fix the low spots, like, you're not going to go into the fiberglass. I mean, this gel coat's pretty thick. So I really don't understand why anybody would be putting filler on these bodies before they got them flat, because you can sand through this gel coat and down into the fiberglass. So we're gonna kind of test that here. I know there's a giant kind of weird low spot through here. Ignore the tape job. This is just so the dust doesn't get inside. Eventually I'm gonna have to take off the mirrors, the latches, take out the windshield, you know, windshield wipers, wheels off, exhaust, this back glass. But this is just so I can do most of the sanding for now. Eventually I'll get my quick jacks over here, put the quick jacks into the car, raise it up. That way it'll give me a little more ergonomical positioning, and then I can get some of these spots underneath here. But yeah, still a lot to do. So we'll tackle this first, see how this goes, and I'll show you what I mean. You might even put some guide coat on there and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I just want to do a little experiment here. I have the dry guide coat on, and let's just give this a sand and see how it looks. So I just sanded the guide coat off. As you can see here, there's probably a little low spot here, here, maybe a little bit right here. That camera actually shows it really well, but we can sand this some more and take that out without adding any filler. This through here is not too bad. It's a little weird right through here. And then of course I haven't touched this because my tape's there, so I need to remove this tape and maybe tackle that. And this feels a little strange through here. Same with right here. There's like a hump right here. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to maybe sand this out right through here, or I really don't want to add filler, but this right here is just epoxy filler, Capasil microspheres that I had filled it up with before. So same with here. It's getting there.